Classmates, this week is the social class media analysis with a focus on the TV show Dirty Jobs, hosted by Mike Rowe, and how this show can kind of highlight or bring to light some of the intense jobs that people do to keep society running, dirty jobs that most people don't even think about. So let's break down the episode that I watched. I watched Greenland Shark Quest, which was season 4, episode 18. So who was involved? It was Mike Rowe and his film crew, a team of scientists, and some local indigenous Inuit people from Canada. What they were doing was studying the elusive Greenland shark species and trying to determine if this specific species of shark was infringing or hunting on the local seal populations. It aired on July 29th, 2008, and the episode was filmed in the remote frozen tundras of northern Canada, close to the Arctic Circle, in a small Inuit town called Pangnirtung in Nunavut. Why they were doing this was to conduct research, but to also show the extreme conditions that people can study, work, or live in. So let's break down the journalistic components. To start, I wanted to reference the book and how it talked about how the social class is one of the hardest fault lines to cover. And along with that, it starts pretty much from birth. So there are a lot of factors that go into it. It's definitely not black or white. So let's break down the journalistic components in relation to class and this Dirty Jobs video. So the context was this Dirty Jobs team. They were going to the remote Arctic to highlight the extreme conditions that people can work and study in. The complexity was it shows the use of remote Inuit labor working along with research teams kind of as guides, and how it takes multiple groups to complete this task. The voices that were used were the researchers, the guides, and the film crew along with Mike Rowe. The proportionality was the equal representation of groups and how they rely on each other, especially in these extreme conditions where it's pretty much ice and snow and freezing temperatures all year. And then the final component, authenticity. It felt authentic. However, it started with Mike Rowe reading a letter from the Discovery Channel president on how Shark Week was coming up, and so he wanted him to complete a dirty job in relation to sharks. And so because of that, I think all of the boxes are checked for excellent journalism except for authenticity. I think it could be argued that it could be authentic, and as we all know, Dirty Jobs is kind of reality TV, and so, however, for it to be authentic, I think they should have pursued maybe a film or coverage or episode kind of on how this social class of the local Inuit people live in such pressing situations in the Arctic Circle, instead of just trying to fit a Dirty Jobs episode into Shark Week, because that was the big thing going on then. So yeah, that was my thoughts.